Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I'm coming at you with another Wargaming and miniature video. In this video, we're going to be continuing on with our painting process of our U.S. Airborne Paratroopers. As you can see, I've got them assembled, I've got them primed, I even have the base gridded, and what we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be doing flesh, obviously, maybe the main color of the uniform, obviously. And we'll see how far I can get. I've got about 3 hours that I can spend tonight painting, and that's what I'm going to do. And obviously I'm going to edit a lot of this out so that you won't see a 3-hour video. I do not suspect that I will have this finished tonight, and I can see that my autofocus is okay. I don't suspect that I'm going to have this finished tonight, but I need to try to get this done by Tuesday night so that we can use these Wednesday. Okay, so before I get started, and before I start painting any of the flesh, there's something I wanted to point out. I'm painting these guys as the Ardennes. Well, actually, I guess they could be Market Garden onward. They're going to have the green M1943 uniforms, right? They're not going to have the khaki tan uniforms. So what I need to do is find out what color I need. Now, it's mind-boggling at the number of greens that I have. I went through my Vallejo, my Folk Art, my Tamiya, my Model Master, hell, even my old Armory paints, and I have a number of greens, and I want to kind of show you some greens that I've got lined up. Now, this is going to be a little Easter egg for any of those of you that are religiously watch my videos. If you are we'll even throw in the field gray, because that's green as well. These are not even all my greens. Okay, here we go. Here's another green. There's the green, 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 green. It's a black green, but I'm not going to count that as green. It is green, but it's black green. Okay, so these are the greens. These are all the greens that I was actually considering, right? Well, we're going to take the field gray that I painted the Germans with, and we're going to throw that out. We're not going to be doing that. This is field gray as well. We're not going to be painting them field gray. I already know that. This is a field gray, but it's got a brown tint to it. Not going to paint with that. Okay, this one is Russian uniform, and I was really considering the Russian uniform just due to the lightness of how light it is. Not going to use it. Well, I don't know if I'm going to use it. I'm going to set it off to the side. Russian green. I think this one's too dark. USA uniform. I mean, it sounds like it's supposed to be the right one. Camo bright green. I don't know. I think that might be too bright. Then there's splinter blotches. Also another bright green. Hard to tell the difference. Luftwaffe camouflage green. Alright, that's getting darker. This is German Tank Crew #1 as opposed to Tank Crew #2. Okay, and then we've got, here we go, we're starting to get into the American style colors. We've got olive gray. I've got, okay, see, over here it says Verde Americano, right? That tells me this color is green American, American green. But they translate it as dark green. What? Okay, so we'll call it dark green. Splinter stripes. Olive green. I think this is what I'm going to go with. olive drab. Okay. Okay. Now, in the back row here, I noticed that I just recently bought this olive drab. I bought this probably a month ago. And then when I was going through my paints, I found that I had the same paint, same bottle. This is the new Model Master. This is the old Model Master. They both have the same code. This is the 4728 and this is the 4728. These are both olive drabs, right? Okay, so I've got two olive drabs. I'm going to put one off to the side. I don't think that's going to be the color. I've got a Panzer olive green. This is like a really bluish green. And then I've got Tamiya olive drab. And then I've got Folk Art olive green. Okay. So what I wanted to do was put them on this white card and kind of get a general impression of what they would look like when they dry. Because, yeah. Because I don't know which one I want to use. Okay. The one that I got the most excited for, and I'm going to have to set these over here in order of how I put them on this little paper palette so that I can remember which ones are which. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Surprisingly enough, these two look very similar. This one looks like it might be just a little bit lighter. Wow. Okay. So now what about this? No, not the Russian uniform. We'll set that off to the side just for now. Where's my American uniform? Okay, American uniform. A lot of this is edited out, so it's no big deal. Whoa, I put way too much, but okay. That is olive gray. Yeah, some of these are no way is possible. That first one is still my favorite. Yeah, olive drab looks super dark. Super dark. Okay, for me to use a Tamiya, I'm going to have to use brush. Maybe not. You can probably use a toothpick. Ah, that's so far, that's the best one. Yep, that's way too bright. Alright guys, I've got all my color, all my greens put out. Basically the ones that, the ones that I felt were, yeah, the ones that I felt were the, the closest to the U.S. uniform. I'm basically basing my painting, my uniforms on these colors here, but yeah, so just taking a look at these guys and the green that they are, I can tell that these have been lightened up. Somebody's added like a highlight of a lighter color, maybe mixed, maybe the same color mixed with white, and they've highlighted it. And that's probably what I'm going to wind up doing. But I need to go a little bit lighter than this, because what am I going to do? I'm going to hit it up with probably a dip, and when I do that, it's going to darken it up. So what I'm trying to do is trying to decide which of these would be best. Well, I can tell you right now, it's none of those drabs. It's not going to be any of the drabs. The only possible one from the top row would be USA uniform. If I did USA uniform and then hit it up with a wash, I don't think it would be the right color. I think it would be back to looking like this. Now this guy right here, bright green, washed, maybe. I am going to highlight it, so I think what I'm going to do is this color right here, the fourth one over on the second row, and that just winds up being Panzer Ace's Splinter Stripes. Okay, so that's the color I'm going to use. I'm going to use the Splinter Stripes color. Wow, it took me a lot to figure that out. It's my little color chart. Oh, I'm going to throw it away. Don't need it. Don't need that. I know where all the paint goes. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so the first step is I do my flesh. Okay, and the way you can use any flesh tone. I've got a ton of different flesh tones. Some are darker than others. But if you just go with folk art, skin tone. Put a little bit of droppage in there. Probably going to have to put more. Add very little water. Maybe 2 parts paint, 1 part water. Stir it up. And I'm going to get to painting. Now I'm going to edit out all like dead air and stuff where I'm not actually talking or interacting with you. I'm going to pretty much just edit that out. But periodically I might say something like I am right now, and then I'll keep that in the video. If I'm not talking, it's out. So you're not going to see every single little thing I paint. Alright guys, I got the flesh applied to all my soldiers. Right, so I got their face and their hands done. Now all I need to do is finally go to the green I'm going to use, Splinter Stripes, and I'm going to paint this on the tops and the bottoms in their entirety. I'm just going to slather it on, trying to avoid you know, backpacks and stuff like that, and the boots. But other than that, here we go. This should be the tops and the bottoms. Alright guys, I have finished my green, the Splinter Stripes. I went ahead and finished the green on these guys. Hopefully the focus shows you what I've done. And you can see the rest down here. Now, moving on to boots. The boots I'm using flat earth for their boots, and this should be very easy because I'm going to hit the boots and the gaiters with the flat earth. Yeah, the boots and the gaiters. I was going to do the gaiters in a khaki, but it looks like they're actually a brown canvas or brown leather. So I might also hit the holsters with this color, because the holsters are should be a leather. So basically I probably should do the leg straps this color as well, but then again I think the leg straps are actually the same color as the uniform, so I'll have to do some research on that, but I know I'm going to do anything leather basically. Let me go ahead and paint those and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, I finished the flat earth for their boots. But not only did I do their boots and their holsters, like I said I was going to do, but I also did the entrenching tool. You can see where I did the entrenching tool handles as well. Okay, as well as like the holsters. Let me go ahead and just kind of show off a few of these. Just kind of so you can see, it's really just the boots and the entrenching tool. Boots, entrenching tool. So right now what you're looking at is you're seeing the flesh. Let's see, can I get a good zoom on this? I'm trying to get the focus. Alright, so, okay, there we go. I just had to get my backhand super close to the miniature. Let's try it this way. Okay, it seems like my camera's struggling to, let me say that. Alright, so we got our green, we got our boots, and we got our flesh. Still got a few more steps to go. And like khaki all over the bags. But because it's almost 4 o'clock in the morning today, I'm going to have to save the video at this point, and then we'll work on it tomorrow. Alright guys, well thanks for coming out and checking out this part of the video, and I'll see you next time.